my screen is also being recorded. It's saving all messages as well. Okay. I've never tried recording this meeting before. I assume the presentation is being recorded too. Okay, we're going to look at something called grouped data. So instead of looking at every individual data point, for example, all our names and then all the heights here, I can create class intervals, okay? So I don't know, maybe you guys can already figure it out. What's a sensible class interval or a height category we could do? Just write it in the comments. Okay. What's something that makes sense? We'd usually go from the smallest. Okay, yeah, it's new, so I'll do it. So who's the shortest person? We have Krissa, 150 centimeters. Okay, so why don't we go like between let's go 140 to 149 centimeters. Okay, that would be the first category. And then we go 150 to 159. 160 to 169, 170 to 179, and then we got, what is it, 180. I don't think anyone's taller than 180, right? How tall is Clark? 188. Ooh, just within. Okay. So let's make this text a bit bigger so that it's easy to follow. All right. Now frequency is how many times is that? I'll get sirens. How many times does a person or a data point appear in this category? So how many people in our class are between 140 and 149 centimeters? Yep, how many people exactly? How many people between 140 and 149? Bit of a trick question. The answer is 0. Okay. Shimon, how many people between 150 and 159? It's 1. Okay. Now let's go 160 to 169. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Good job, Alex. All right. 170 to 179. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4. And the last one, we have 180, 189. How many people between 180, 189? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There we go. 3. What's 3 out Clark? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. Okay, never mind. All good. Okay. So as you can see, when I create a grouped data set like this, the table is obviously a lot shorter, a lot smaller, and it's just neater to read. It's just a bit more compact. Okay. Now, this isn't entirely new either, but what you'll notice here, okay, if I add up all these numbers, 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1 plus 6 plus 4 plus 5, 16. So the total of the frequency, that's the number of people in our class, right? That's a clue. It should always be the number of people in our class. Okay. Now, when we have group data, it gets a little harder to find things like the mean and the median. The mode is easy. What does mode mean again, guys? What's the mode? Most often, good. The highest frequency. Okay, so which class interval, let's call it class intervals, is the most common class interval? 160 to 169. Good, because obviously it has the highest frequency with 6 people. Okay, and what do we do with the median? How do I find the median class interval? So let's go mode. We call it the modal class. Okay, modal class. Modal class is 160 to 169. Okay, the median class. A little trickier. There is a formula for it, but we'll cover it next time. And let's go with mean also. Mean. Okay, so this is an example of grouped data. I don't think it should be too hard right now. But what this small topic leads into is data analysis and also involving our graphing calculators. So I have Aneta's graphing calculator here with me now at home. I have to organize it to be dropped off at school somehow. If you don't own a TI-84 or TI-83, you gotta get one ASAP. It works. I've charged it. It works well. Okay.
Can I use cool?
Woo! Sorry, you're feeding back into everyone's microphone.
Okay, I will just write it down.
Okay, yeah, just type it in the chat. Okay, now I'm going to show you something interesting. Let's take a much larger set. Okay, I'm going to show you an interesting kind of graph. Let's start a new page. Today, it's just kind of listening to me ramble on a bit, and then we'll do some work next lesson. Let's look at an example from the textbook. Okay, I have, oops. A table with exam scores from a made-up exam, okay, a physics exam. So if you look on my screen, oh dear, that's not what I wanted. Insert, image, overcells. Okay, here's an example. All right, here are some exam scores. So the class interval, 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49. Okay. Frequency, 2, 31, 73, 85, 28. All right. First thing I can ask you, you can use this one, Aneta. It's just that I can't guarantee that I'll be able to help you all the time with how to use the calculator. Okay, you're allowed to use it in the exam, but all the instructions and will be for the other calculator. I can try, but I won't know how to use everything. Okay, first question. How many people in this class? In this physics class? How do you do that? You don't have to tell me the number, just tell me how you would find it out. You plus, good. You add them all up. So 2 plus 31 plus 73, the sum of frequency, very good. So let's do it. If you have a calculator, see if you can beat me. 2 plus 31 plus 73 plus 85 plus 28. All right, 219 people in this group. Sum of frequency, very good, Clark. Now, this is an interesting comparison with what we had, right? We only had 16 people. So you can see that if I listed out everyone's grade, everyone's exam score, I'll need to have 219 entries into the table, and that's just annoying. Okay, so 220 people, that's the sum of the frequencies. I'm going to show you something really quickly. Okay. If I insert a chart, but not a scatter chart, it's called a histogram. Okay. You're going to see a lot of these kinds of graphs. Okay, it's called a histogram. What do you notice about this graph? Just describe it in words. It's big. Okay, where is it big? Where is it small? Okay, it increases and decreases. Very good, Victoria. It's neat. Thank you, Clark. Okay, so let's think about it has a parabola. Very good, Clark. Almost a parabola, not quite. But this is a very, it's the most at 30 to 39. Nice, Victoria. Okay, so this one has the most. So the modal class would be 30 to 39 with 85 students. And as Victoria said, it increases and then decreases. Okay, I think I also talked to you about this last year, but this is a very common idea in statistics. Okay, and you'll do a lot of statistics next year in maths as well. And let's think about what's actually happening. Basically, this is an exam score, right? So very few people completely bomb the test. And let's say the test was out of, I don't know, 50 maybe. And very few people ace the test. Okay. Most people are in the middle. And what does this mean? It's like most people are around the average, which is literally the meaning of average. And this is called a normal curve, a normal distribution. All right. We're going to see a lot of these kinds of graphs and a different kind of graph in the next few lessons. All right. So the modal class we already identified from the graph is 30 to 39. I wonder if I can add a trend line. Then I'll show you what this means. Let's see. Series, frequency. Bum, 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 bum. Trend line. Nope, none of these.
Mr. Liu,
Yes.
what does class interval mean?
The class interval is good question, Victoria. The class interval is just these things.
I hear myself back.
It's the group. It's the group. Okay, the class interval is just the group category. Class interval equals group category. What does interval mean? Interval just means from somewhere to somewhere else, right?
But what does that group category mean?
The group category is 0 to 9, 10 to 19.
Like the age?
Oh, sorry, this was exam scores. Exam scores.
I'm sorry, I'm stupid. I don't know.
Oh, you're not stupid. Okay. So this is I took it from the textbook. So I'll read the whole question. This table summarizes the marks received by students for a physics exam out of 50. Okay. Estimate the mean mark is the question. What's the modal class? Can the range of data be found? So when I had data that was all listed individually, okay, like back here, to find the average, do you remember what you do? You just add them all up and divide it by the number of things, right? However, this time is a little trickier because I don't have all of the individual data points, so I can't necessarily add all the points up. So we need to find, has to be a method to find the mean. Okay. And what we have to do is add another column in our table, but I think we'll do that next lesson because we're running short in time. So let me stop the recording. That's enough of group data. Okay, and then I will show you some iMaths exercises. So how do I stop this recording? This recording will be saved in my Google Drive.